Mona Lisa. Secrets are revealed. Hey everyone, today we will make a sort of cultural journey. Ready? Let's go! A figure on the scene is Leonardo da Vinci. I'm sure you all know who he was. Though, in the Renaissance, which brought together all human activities, art meant science, art meant truth to life. Leonardo da Vinci was a great figure. He embodied the epic endeavor of Italian art to conquer universal values. He combined within himself the fluctuating sensitivity of the artist and the deep wisdom of the scientist, the poet, and the master. In his Mona Lisa, the individual, a sort of miraculous creation of nature, represents at the same time the species. The portrait goes beyond its social limitations and acquires a universal meaning. And although centuries have passed, we still continue to reveal secrets of that piece of art. Secret 1. Who was Mona Lisa? Over the past century, it has been proposed that Mona Lisa was a noblewoman, Isabella d'Este, Marquise of Mantua, or Costanza Diavolos, Duchess of Francavilla. Others have stared at that unsettling visage and seen the face of a man, Leonardo da Vinci himself, or the man who was for 20 years his assistant and perhaps his lover, Gian Giacomo Caprotti. There is even a theory that the picture may have started out as a portrait from life, but over the years that Leonardo worked on it, evolved into an abstract vision of the feminine ideal. These days, most experts agree that the Mona Lisa is a portrait of Lisa Gherardini del Giocondo, wife of a Florentine silk merchant named Francesco de Giocondo. It is connected with the fact that the name by which she is known in Italy and France is La Gioconda, or La Gioconda. When she sat for Leonardo da Vinci in around 1503, she was about 24 years old. Her contrapposto pose, with the body angled away from the viewer, head turned forward, was widely admired and copied by Leonardo's contemporaries. And his somfatto technique, where sharp edges are blurred to create an uncanny lifelike effect, was seen as a brilliant technical innovation, very unlike the slightly frozen human figures of earlier, lesser painters. Secret number 2. The hidden initials. In 2010, Silvano Vincetti, chairman of Italy's National Committee for Cultural Heritage, claimed to have discerned letters minutely painted on Mona Lisa's eyes, L and V. Leonardo da Vinci's initials, in the right eye, and perhaps C, E, or B in the left. The Louvre responded that Vincetti's letters were simply microscopic cracks in the paint, but some scientists still insist that the initials definitely exist. Secret 3. The broken backdrop. The distant, dreamlike vista behind Mona Lisa's head seems to be higher on the right-hand side than on the left. It's hard to see how the landscape would join up. This is subliminally unsettling. Mona Lisa appears taller, more erect, when one's gaze drifts to the left than when it is on the right. Secret 4. The bewitching smile. In 2000, scientists at Harvard University suggested a neurological explanation for Mona Lisa's elusive smile. When a viewer looks at her eyes, the mouth is in peripheral vision, which sees in black and white. This accentuates the shadows at the corners of her mouth, making the smile seem broader. But the smile diminishes when you look straight at it. It is the variability of her smile, the fact that it changes when you look away from it, that makes her seem so alive, so mysterious. A clear smile is much more apparent in the low spatial frequency images than in the high spatial frequency image. Thus, if you look at the painting so that your gaze falls on the background or on Mona Lisa's hands, your perception of her mouth would be dominated by low spatial frequencies, so it would appear much more cheerful than when you look directly at her mouth. Leonardo used the same technique not only on La Bella Faunière, but also on the recently discovered drawing La Bella Principessa. So the world's most famous smile is inherently and fundamentally elusive, and therein lies Leonardo's ultimate realization about human nature. His expertise was in depicting the outer manifestation of inner emotions. But here in the Mona Lisa, he shows something more important, that we can never fully know true emotion from outer manifestations. There is always a somfatto quality to other people's emotions, always a veil. Secret number 5. The unknown bridge. The Mona Lisa's background landscape seems unreal, but the bridge might be one that Leonardo knew. It is usually said to be Ponte Borriano in Tuscany, but in 2011 a researcher claimed it depicts the Bobbio Bridge over the Trebbia, which was washed away in a flood in 1472. Secret 6. Da Vinci's obsession. Leonardo da Vinci worked on the painting for 4 years, and possibly at intervals after that. He always took it with him when he traveled, and he never signed or dated it. The picture went with him when, towards the end of his life, he moved to France. It was sold to his last patron, King Francois I, and remained out of sight in the royal collection for almost 200 years. In 1799, Napoleon came across the painting and commandeered it for his bedroom. Only in 1804 did the Mona Lisa go on public display in the newly founded Louvre Museum. At that time, it was not seen as particularly interesting, but in the middle of the 19th century, Leonardo's stock as an artist slowly rose. He came to be seen as the equal of two acknowledged Renaissance greats, Michelangelo and Raphael. This new interest in Leonardo as a painter drew attention to his few known works. Secret 7. Was Mona Lisa unwell? Mona Lisa has often been scrutinized by medical experts. In 2010, an Italian doctor looked at the swelling around her eyes and diagnosed excess cholesterol in her diet. Other conditions ascribed to her include facial paralysis, deafness, even syphilis. More happily, it has been suggested that the look of contentment on her face indicates she is pregnant. Jungians have seen her as an accomplished representation of anima, the female archetype that resides in each one of us. It seems that almost any condition can be read into that puzzling face. Secret 8. Leonardo painted 3 versions of the Mona Lisa, one on top of the other. The artist began his portrait of Mona Lisa on poplar wood panel in 1503, but set aside to work on a civic mural. Returning to the painting between 1504 and 1506, Leonardo tinkered with his model's features and placement. Years later, as sophisticated imaging techniques reveal, he added subtle shadings and adorned her with long, fairly bright red tresses, since faded into brown to create what Hatfield calls the third Mona Lisa, the portrait we see in the Louvre. Almost every year, new technologies appear, and it seems one day we will look at Mona Lisa through some kind of modernized microscope and find new hidden things. Leonardo da Vinci was a great player and a bit of a magician, and the game is still not over. What do you think we will find next? Write your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel Smart Banana. See you soon!